Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and President Trump's quest to restore at least some semblance of fairness and logic to the United States trading continues as his administration announced this past Friday that there's plans to slap a 25% tariff on $50 billion worth of Chinese goods. Now, China responded quite quickly that afternoon, saying that they planned on placing tariffs on a total of 659 different U.S. goods, that totaling $50 billion as well. They're saying that they're trying to counter it, tit for tat, and all that going forward. Now, the whole reason that President Trump was doing this in the first place is because of the trade imbalances that were going on and the unfair trade practices being engaged in by a number of different countries, including China. Now, in this case, the president noted that the tariffs are being levied on Chinese goods related to the country's Made in China 2025 strategic plan, which aims to have China dominate the high-tech industries, subsequently hurting growth for the United States and many other countries. Of course, don't expect a thank you from any of these other countries. See, the only programs they like are the ones where the United States has to pony up a ton of money and it ends up just helping them and actually hurting the U.S., like that terrible Paris climate deal that Obama put us in, that fortunately President Trump pulled us out of. Yeah, they don't seem to be as big of a fan of the ones that are for collective good, where the U.S. benefits too. You know, the Iran nuclear deal, throw this whole placing tariffs on China thing on the list as well. Yeah, no thank yous coming for that, don't worry. But you see, the left in the United States also continues to give no credit to the president or no thank yous to the president. At first, we were hearing when it was a few weeks ago, the European Union, Mexico, Canada, that they were going to be getting the tariffs slapped on some of their goods. Then we were hearing, oh no, how could we do this to our friends? It's so awful. Apparently completely forgetting about the words that I brought up earlier, trade imbalance, and also that Canada was, hurting our agriculture and dairy sector, being felt right here in Wisconsin. The fact that Mexico, yeah, they're not a friend of ours whatsoever. Whenever migrants come to their country, illegals, yeah, what do? They say, oh, you know what, we don't want you here, but we're going to help you just sneak a little bit north and get to that southern border of the United States. Mexico's no friend. They're one of the most hostile countries in the entire world to us. And now the left continues to be mad about tariffs being placed on a country that's certainly not our friend in China, talking about, oh, what a terrible idea this is. I mean, are you kidding me? China's one that has been incredibly hostile in its actions towards us. Again, you have the unfair trade that's going on, the unfair trade practices, plus the Chinese have been stealing our intellectual property, which is incredibly damaging to U.S. entrepreneurial individuals. But nope, liberals still won't actually stick up for American citizens. Nope, how dare Trump go doing this and not helping Chinese citizens. So awful of a U.S. president not to look out for Chinese interests first. I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. You see, all these other countries, the reason they're getting mad is because they were so used to being able to take advantage of the United States on trade. President Obama, they knew this is the guy who would draw a red line in the sand, someone would cross it, he would sit there and do nothing, say, thank you, please defy me once again. They would disrespect him in public. They disrespected the U.S. on trade because they knew they could get away with it. Look, it's like disciplining a kid who grew up in the young ages never getting discipline. They're not going to learn immediately, but over time, if you start to tell them, we're not going to let you get away with this stuff any longer, if you show you're serious, if you actually take some stern measures towards it, eventually they will learn and will fall in line. And that's what's going to happen with these countries here as well. It's just incredibly sad right now that there are people living in the United States of America that call themselves proud Americans, but actually will stand up for other countries' interests over the United States' own. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune into the John Muir Show each and every weekday on WTAQ, WHBL, and WSAU. Until next time, I'm out.